I'm Liz Wiltsey, and this is my Exam 2 mini video for Genetics 311. I chose prompt 2. So this is Smaug the dragon from the Hobbit series. He has reddish gold scales. He is very greedy of his gold, and he breathes fire, especially when people come to take his riches. When Smaug was finally taken down, Bilbo Baggins had just happened to keep a sample of him to replicate and wants to see what kinds of gametes he can produce. Specifically, we'll be looking at chromosome 2. On this chromosome, there are 3 linked loci. The left locus is breathing power, the middle locus is disposition, and the right locus is scale color. Within these, fire breathing is dominant to ice, being greedy is dominant to being generous, and having black scales is dominant to having reddish gold scales. So the breathing power and disposition loci are 7 centimorgans apart, and the disposition and scale color loci are 12 centimorgans apart. Now, Bilbo Baggins had heard the stories of Smaug's parents, though he never saw them, and knew that they were each pure breeding or homozygous for the following. The mother was an ice-breathing, greedy dragon with black scales, and the father was a fire-breathing, generous dragon with reddish gold scales. This created the heterozygous Smaug. So now let's look at the chart here. There are 4 possible events. There's double crossing over, single crossing over at R1, and single crossing over at R2, and then no crossing overs. So for the double crossing over, you can either get an ice-breathing, generous dragon with black scales or a fire-breathing, greedy dragon with reddish gold scales. And to get these probabilities, you would do 1/2, since there's a possibility that 2 different things could occur, times the R1 value, which is 0.07, times the R2 value, which is 0.12, times the coefficient of coincidence, which is 0.6, and you would get 0.00252. Then to get the SCO1 values, you would do 1/2, because the 2 possibilities, times the R1 value minus the value we just got above the DCO, and that would come out to be 0.03374, which would represent getting an ice-breathing dragon that's generous with reddish gold scales, or a fire-breathing dragon that is greedy with black scales. And then these are my citations, and thank you.